Hi Closeteers, it's Zach, and if you're watching me, it must be Wednesday. This week's topic is breakups, do's and don'ts, which I don't feel like I have a lot of advice to give on this topic because I wasn't in that many relationships, serious relationships anyway, and in any of the relationships that I was in, I was usually the one doing the breaking up. Heartbreak, you've got the best of me. Maybe I can give some advice from that angle. But let's first talk about like why do people break up? And I came up with a couple reasons. First of all, I feel like cheating's a big thing. That's probably number one reason. Number two is probably stagnation. You know, it's not going anywhere. Maybe both of you think it's or know it's done, but don't want to admit it for whatever reason. Third reason kind of ties into everything though, but it would be like lacking communication. Maybe you do really like each other, but maybe you just aren't communicating well, and you're just growing apart and not keeping in touch with with each other. And then another reason I thought of was distance, long distance relationships, which we've totally gone over in another weekly topic. So you guys can go check out our long distance relationships videos to kind of see how to deal with those. But anyway, I'm thinking I'll probably focus on like the communication slash stagnation aspects of breaking up. Bree talked about some cheating, and I don't know. I agree somewhat with Bree about like, you know, a lot of people have cheated and a lot of people date cheaters, and it's probably not the greatest thing. But I think there are reasons that people cheat, and some of them can be, you know, hard to overcome, but some of them maybe just need more communication. Sometimes people cheat because they're have like low self-esteem, and or there's something going on in the relationship, or they don't want to cheat. I don't think people want to cheat necessarily. Maybe some do, but there's sometimes an underlying reason. So if you can bring that up and talk through it and find the trust that it's not going to happen again, then I think your relationship can move forward. But if not, then of course you've got to break up. And so anyway, but I don't know, that's kind of a harder issue to deal with. So I'm going to talk about like just any old breakup. Like maybe you think it's just time to end it. It's not going any farther. This is what you do for the heartbreakers, because you know I am one. What you should do is probably try for good timing. Make sure it's not around like Valentine's Day or their birthday, or there's finals coming up or something. Pick a kind of good time to break up. And I would do it on, you know, in person or at least on the phone. I would not text breakup. Letter breakups I feel like are kind of impersonal too. Let me know what you think about phone call breakups. I think they're okay because I know it's hard sometimes to face the person down, but at least you're hearing their voice and the honesty in their voice. But face-to-face is probably best if you can do that. Second do for heartbreakers is to cut it off completely. Don't play games. Don't put any extra drama into it. If you're breaking up, let them know you're breaking up. Like there's no if, ands, or buts. Like this is why. And like give reasons, because they deserve to know why, especially if they didn't see it coming. But you know, if you kind of both feel that it's kind of stagnated, like, I mean, maybe they'll agree with you, whatever. Heartbreaky do's. So if you're getting broken up with, do feel free to cry it out. I would not hold back your emotions. Be honest with yourself about what's happening, and be honest with you how you feel about it. Maybe it's a relief to you. Maybe it's like the end of the world to you. But, you know, feel free to do what you need to do. And then once the breakup's happened, this has been talked about, you know, surround yourself with friends, get busy, stay busy. And then I also would recommend trying to talk it out with the heartbreaker, because you deserve to know why it's why it's ended. If the heartbreaker is not going to bring it up, if they're just like, "Oh, I want to break up," ask why. Heartbreaker, don't. Heartbreaker, don't try to drag it out. This kind of goes with the timing thing. Don't lead someone on. So maybe the timing isn't perfect, but like if it is coming up to like a Valentine's Day or something like that, you don't want to you don't want to pretend that you're all into this holiday and that everything's good when it's not. Maybe it should be time to break it up. Make sure the person isn't going to have to like lose concentration over something, but don't bring it further than it has to. You know, if you're coming on to something that you're going to have to like pretend to be all together and happy and jolly, that's not going to work. So, and then it's just going to make the breakup more confusing. So think about that. And don't be a jerk. If you're going to break up with someone, you know, be as sensitive as you can and be open to listening to their side of it, because, you know, they're part of this too. And that's part of the communication aspect of the breakup. Heartbreaky don'ts. Don't hit, don't name call, and don't say things in the heat of the moment that you might regret later. It's not going to help you, it's not going to help them, it's not going to help the relationship, so let's keep our hands to ourselves, keep the bad words choked down, you know, cry it out, but don't hit it out, okay? And this has also been mentioned, but don't call or message the ex to reconcile or otherwise, you know, to call them names or just, I don't know, to rehash the old issues. Leave it at that. I mean, if you guys have agreed to be friends, but don't, you know, don't drag it out with the heartbreaker, because obviously there's gonna come a point where they're not gonna be sensitive to those issues anymore. So that's my advice. It's probably total crap, but hey, I don't have a lot of experience with this. I have to pick the topic for next week, guys. So, and I'm having a hard time. I'm hoping to come up with an idea by the end of today, or by the weekend. I hope, well, definitely by the weekend. But if you guys have suggestions for ideas for topics that you want to do next week, we can even do like a game week or like a challenge week or something. Leave comments below, leave a video response, leave comments, and let me know, because I could always use some help. But I will see you next week with whatever that theme will be. Bye, guys.